In this video lesson, we're going to look at how to create and apply custom number formats. You should already be familiar with the basic number formats. So if you've got some cells, you can change the number formatting by using the icons on the icon bar, the toolbar, for example, currency, percentage style, comma styles. You should also be familiar with how to do that using the menu system, format, and drop down to cells. We've got a whole range of number categories to choose our formatting from. For example, if we want currency, we can alter the symbol to use for currency and how many decimal places. We've got accountancy formatting, date formatting. You should be familiar with all those. If not, go back and have a look at my previous videos on the core ECDL courses. What we want to look at is custom. This is where we can create our own formatting to be applied to the numbers. There's a range of inbuilt formats there. They're basically these number systems, but put down in a coding system. The basic way of using this is to select one that's close to the one that you want to use. We're using that as a template. I'm just going to choose a very simple one. This 0.00, when I click on that, puts it into the text editing box above. I've now got that as a template, and I can modify this using a set of preset coding systems that we'll look at in a minute. When I do change this, the original stays there. We're just using this as a template. And just to show the effect of this, very simply, let's change this to have 3 decimal places instead of 2. The 0 means number of decimal places, so we've got 2 decimal places there. If I add another 0, that means the formatting will have 3 decimal places. Now we can see at the top here a sample of what that looks like. Get rid of the 0 to 200.00, add the 0 in. You can see there we've got 3 decimal places. That's now a custom number format. When we click on OK, that formatting will be applied to our numbers. Yes, you can see there they've all got 3 decimal places. So to do that, I selected the cell range, chose Format, Cells, and then we drop down to the custom number formatting. If we decide we don't like, just go back a step. Remember I said that whichever one we choose still stays there? Well, there it is. What happened was when I modified that, it added it to the bottom of the list. So you can see there's our modified custom formatting. If we don't like that anymore, we can get rid of it just by pressing the delete key. There's one I created earlier, get rid of that as well. Now as you can see, some of these codings really look quite scary. And you'll be pleased to know that for the ECDL syllabus, you won't need to remember what all those mean. But it's worthwhile having a look at some of them just to see how they work. The reason some of these look so complex is that you can have up to 4 sections. I'm only going to talk about 2. If I go back to my 0.00 and select that as my starting template so that I can edit it. Remember, I added a 0, meaning giving us 3 decimal places. If I then add a semicolon, I can add a new section to this. The first section is what to do with all numbers unless there's more sections. So I want to split it down and make that applicable to positive numbers, but for negative numbers, which is the next section, I want to colour my negative numbers. I want to make them red. So if I type the word red in square brackets, it means that the negative numbers will have a red colour. I also want it to have the minus sign in front of it. So I'm just typing that in. And then I want it to have 0.2 decimal places this time. So the positive number is 3 decimal places. The negative number would be red with a minus sign and only 2 decimal places. Let's try that. Okay. You can see there all my numbers are positive. Let's just change one. It's 5.732. Let's make that a negative number. And you can see the formatting has now changed to be red, minus sign in front of it, and only 2 decimal places. We'll try another one, make that one negative as well. There we are, 2 decimal places and red with the minus sign. That's custom number formats. Just want to show you another one now. I'm going to put a date in. If you want today's date in your worksheet, if you just hold down the control key and press the semicolon, it gives you today's date. That's the control key, semicolon. Let's try some custom number formatting on this. We'll do format, cells, custom number format. Choose one to be our basis, and then that means we can edit it. I'm actually going to wipe that out, even though it's based on that. I'm going to put in, without telling you what it means, and I'll have to explain it in a second. So I'm going to put in 3 Ds, a space, 2 Ds, a space, 4 Ms, a space, 4 Ys. Now, we put a date in, so it's no surprise that these codes are to do with the dates. We've got 3 Ds, which gives us 3 letters of the name of the date. You can see in the sample there, SAT. The 2 days converts it to a day number, 2. Sorry, that's the actual date, the second. The 4 Ms gives us the full month name. The 4 Ys gives us the full year. Let's try that. Click on OK. And we can see today's date, Saturday the 2nd, January 2010. Let's just try changing that. Format, cells. There's our custom number 1. We've got it selected. It's the one at the bottom there that's been added in. So we can modify it our own now. Let's change that to 2 Ys, so it'll only give us the last 2 digits of the year. Let's change it to 3 Ms, so it'll give us Jan. Let's change that to 4 Ds. 4 Ds, so it gives us the full day. So now we've got Saturday, the 2nd, Jan 10. Click on OK. And there we have it. So that's custom number formats. Now you're shouting at me, well, okay, but what do all those codes mean? I think it's too tricky to remember just from me telling you. So rather than me try to explain how each code works, I've shown you there the principle of how it works, which is simply format, cells, custom, choose one as a template, and then modify up there. To show you what all the codes mean, I suggest that you have a look on the help system. Microsoft Excel help. You just type in something like create custom number format and do a search, and you should find fairly quickly and easily how to create a custom number format. When we click on there, it brings up the help on how to do exactly what I've shown you. But if we expand and show all, if you scroll down, it will show you what all these different symbols mean and how they are laid out. For example, I'll just scroll down. There's the codes about colour, and put a percentage sign in, and there's the date and time ones that I was just using in that previous example. So I suggest that you have a look at that. Some of them are really quite useful, but please bear in mind, there's the time ones as well. Please bear in mind that if you're doing ECDL Advanced, what I've shown you is probably sufficient. But have a look at those codes, work out what they all mean, create yourself some custom number formats.